These are going to be the top 8 Rams players that could possibly make the Pro Bowl in 2023. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so here we are on the Rams Wire, and credit to the Rams Wire on this video idea. I just wanted to give my own thoughts on these 8 players and whether or not I think each of these players are going to make the Pro Bowl, could make the Pro Bowl, or maybe couldn't make the Pro Bowl. I'm just going to give my own thoughts on this. However, thank you to the Rams Wire for making this article. And Cameron Da Silva, you do some awesome work in case you watch my videos and say, oh, you use my website all the time. Yep, I do, and I thank you a lot. So here we are. The Rams are in the midst of a playoff push in the NFC, largely thanks to some key contributors. So yeah, first off, we are going to be looking at Matthew Stafford. Now, Matthew Stafford has had some shaky stretches this season. However, the past 4 games, he has been on an absolute tear. He has been throwing for multiple touchdowns every week, throwing for a lot of yards. And even though the Rams started out that Ravens game with literally 8 runs in a row because it was working, they still went to Matthew Stafford, and especially on that last drive of the game, last drive of regulation, he brought the Rams back and put us in a position to be able to win that game in overtime. He has been playing extremely well. Stafford ranks in 5th in the NFL in big time throws, according to Pro Football Focus, and has 9 turnover-worthy plays, which are the 4th fewest at the QB position. His passing grade of 80 is 9th best amongst all quarterbacks, and he's doing it with a young cast. I definitely think Matthew Stafford could make the Pro Bowl this year. Honestly, I think he will, so that's what I'm going to be giving him for our first contestant. I don't know if contestant's really the right word to use there, but either way. Now, second up, we have Puka Nacua. So Puka has obviously been the breakout star of this rookie NFL draft class. He was, a 5th round draft pick, however, playing like the best rookie that we've seen in a while. Nacua was already in the top 10 of wide receiver vote getters after the first round of voting, but he deserves to be selected for the Pro Bowl in this rookie season. He has the 10th most receptions among all wideouts, 5th most yards, and also the 10th most targets. So not only is he getting a lot of receptions, but he's actually getting more yards than other receivers with the receptions that he gets. And like Stafford, that's despite playing through countless nicks, bumps, and bruises all season. He's been hurt, comes back in the game, and makes massive plays. Nacua has already cemented himself as one of the best young receivers in football and is unquestionably the top performer at the position for his draft class. Like I said, I think Puka could definitely scrape in as maybe one of the last people to make the Pro Bowl. Now, Kyren Williams. Only one player in the NFL is averaging more rushing yards per game than Williams this season. Obviously, Williams was out for a 4-game period, and that's Christian McCaffrey. If McCaffrey is a lock for the Pro Bowl with his 90.5 rushing yards per game, why shouldn't Williams be with his 89-yard average? Williams is scoring a bunch of touchdowns like McCaffrey too, finding the end zone 10 times in just 9 games. Had Williams not got hurt and missed 4 games, he might just be the league's leading rusher. He has 4 games with 100+ rushing yards, 6 games with 100+ yards from scrimmage, and 4 games with 2 touchdowns. He deserves to be a Pro Bowler when there's no elite class of running backs outside of McCaffrey. So, yeah, I think Kyren is a no-brainer, especially if he ends the season well. He could definitely make the Pro Bowl also. Kevin Dotson. Now, this is going to be a surprise one. Kevin Dotson did not start at the beginning of the year. However, and he has kind of had a few weeks where he's been getting caught up with penalties and letting people get to Stafford. However, he is the 11th highest graded lineman in football and the 3rd best guard. He's only allowed 16 total pressures at right guard, and he's been called for only 2 penalties. His addition to the offensive line has done wonders for the Rams, and he should be getting attention as a Pro Bowl, potential Pro Bowler. The only thing that I think could hold him back is the fact that he did not start the year, and he kind of came in, and people could see that as short-term success. It'll really depend on how he does over the next couple of weeks. Now, Aaron Donald, getting to the defensive side of the ball. Is there any surprise that Donald is playing like a Pro Bowler again this year. He has 70 total pressures, which are the most against any interior defender, and 5th overall. He might only have 6 sacks, but that's largely because A, he's getting doubled and triple teamed more than most players. That's always been a thing with Aaron Donald. And B, teams are getting the ball out quickly to avoid Donald. So this is the thing, Aaron Donald has kind of had a down year with sacks. However, it shows with these 70 total pressures that are the most for any interior defender, and 5th overall to edge rushers as well. I don't see how you can't include Aaron Donald as a Pro Bowler, even with the lower sack numbers. Kobe Turner. Now, this is an interesting one because he's technically not even a starter. Bobby Brown is technically the starter. And they say, let's preface this by saying Turner isn't going to make the Pro Bowl, which he's not. But no matter how well he's played, he's simply not a big enough name to generate buzz from non-Rams fans, and he plays a position that doesn't get much love to begin with. However, that doesn't mean he isn't playing like a Pro Bowler. He has the 21st best PFF grade among all defensive tackles. He's a 28th, his 28 total pressures and 3rd most among rookies at his position, and 7 sacks are not only tied for the most of any rookie, but his credited 7 sacks are 6th amongst all defensive tackles. Again, he's not going to make it, but Turner is shining. And this is the thing. I think Turner needs to get a bit more play, and he has been getting increased play. However, his snap count should keep going up, and then he could possibly be a guy that makes it next year. Now, 7th, we got Ernest Jones. There are a few linebackers in the NFL with all-around skill set that Jones has. He leads all inside linebackers with 23 total pressures. His run defense grade of 82 ranks 10th at his position. He has some lapses in coverage, resulting in a 60 coverage grade, but he's a do-it-all player for the Rams that plays at a very high level. He I believe he had that interception against the 49ers to seal it in the conference championship 2 years ago as a rookie, and I think that's where I really cemented my love for Ernest Jones. I can't remember if that was exactly him, so I was at that game, so sorry if I forgot. However, it is hard to make the Pro Bowl as a linebacker with players such as Fred Warner, Demario Davis, and Bobby Wagner on the NFC, but Jones is playing very well for the Rams and deserves Pro Bowl recognition. He might make it. He's on the bubble. It really depends on the next couple weeks. And then finally, Ahkello Witherspoon. Now, Witherspoon brought this defense with the Rams, a high caliber starting cornerback who's played just about every snap. He has 3 interceptions on the year and is allowing a completion rate of only 46, which is 3rd amongst CBs, giving up a pass rating of only 64 when targeted, the 7th lowest at his position. Witherspoon will need to make some more big plays down the stretch if he's going to have any shot at making the Pro Bowl, but he's been a stud for the Rams all season, aside from a couple poor performances against the Seahawks and Steelers. So, I think he is a guy who needs to make a few more plays, but could also definitely make the Pro Bowl if he does keep making those plays. But that's pretty much going to be it for this video. What do you guys think? Did we miss any players? Cooper Kupp was left off this list, but he's been hurt, and he's kind of been getting back into the groove. He is doing well over the past couple of weeks, but probably not enough to make the Pro Bowl this year. Either way, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.